Good morning. I'm Jenna Wazorek, military spouse and real estate agent, and I serve the Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield areas. And I'm joined today by Jonathan Mullen, military veteran and VA loan expert. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Jenna. How are you?
I'm great today. Always a great day when I get to chat with you.
Likewise.
Awesome. So today I wanted to take some time to explain what is the difference between a mortgage broker and a retail lender? Because there are differences, and I definitely want my clients and any potential military clients to know about that. So we're going to dive right in, and please explain to us what is the difference between them.
So a mortgage broker is a entity that's made up of either one licensed MLO or many, and they have access to the wholesale channel, where the wholesale channel is made up of many, hundreds, if not thousands, of lenders, right? And the mortgage broker is able to go directly to those lenders and shop the market on behalf of their client, the buyer. To make sure that they're finding the right lender that meets that particular buyer's credit profile, whether or application profile in general, whether that borrower has a higher debt to income ratio than normal, some blemishes on credit, etc. Because there's many lenders out there, some that have overlays, some that have no overlays, which meaning they follow VA guidelines without any overlays, and then a retail lender is a entity that has a warehouse line. They fund the loans in their name. They only have one rate sheet that they primarily sell to, and that rate sheet's in the best interest of that mortgage company, the owner that created it, and it's not, it's not strategically created for the consumer. It's for that entity. So for example, if a consumer compares 3 retail lenders together, you'll see that some retail lenders are higher than others, right? Not all retail lenders are the same. And, a lot of retail lenders, they'll charge underwriting fees, processing fees, even origination fees. And then their cost of getting rates is much higher when compared to a mortgage broker. A mortgage broker is able to shop the market, find the right lender that meets the client's profile, because they have a variety of options to shop the market for the client. And then they're also able to save the client a lot more money in closing costs, because most mortgage brokers don't charge underwriting fees, processing fees, and origination fees.
Nice. Well, that was going to be my next question. My takeaway from that, though, is like a mortgage broker is like your own little personal shopper. It sounds like they're there.
Yeah. They're there to represent the client, so the client's not on Google trying to weed through, because a lot of these retail lenders pay a lot of money to Google to suppress the negative stuff, right? And a mortgage broker is there to leverage their experience. I've been doing it almost going over 23 years. So every military client that I serve, they really get to leverage my 23 years of experience to shop the market for them, to protect their best interest. Because mortgage brokers, I'm not compensated by selling a higher rate, right? I mean, that's just not how I make money. That's how most retail lenders make more money. They sell higher rates, and they have, they're able to charge higher fees, etc.
Okay. Well, let's circle back, because you started to dabble a little bit into the closing costs. Is there a difference, like who has better closing costs when it comes to the mortgage broker or the retail lender?
So I'll share this with you. There was a census tract data that was provided through HMDA, and independent researchers found that a consumer, especially minorities and military veterans, save over $13,000 per loan over the life of the loan by going with a mortgage broker opposed to going with a retail lender. That's huge.
Yeah.
And that cost savings goes up every year. I mean, I remember a few years ago, it was like 9,000. Then it went to 10,000, and now it's over $13,000 in total savings. So it's in the best interest of the military consumer to find a mortgage broker like my company. But that's why I created my company this way. I knew that being a mortgage broker is in the best interest of my community, to serve them and provide them all the products and services they need, and to ensure that they're getting lower rates and lower costs.
Yeah.
And that's why we're in business here at Valley Home Mortgage, to do that.
Nice. Rates are always a hot topic because, I hear from my clients a lot of the times, when are rates going to go down? I'm not going to buy until rates go down, this and that. And, people have been saying that for a long time, but it doesn't seem like our rates are going to do much. They're just where they are. But if you're comparing a mortgage broker with the retail lender, does one have better rates than the other?
Yes. So a retail lender, primarily, they have one rate sheet. That's their own rate sheet that was created by the owners of the company and their internal secondary market. And a mortgage broker has a variety of however many investors they're signed up with, wholesale lenders they're signed up with. They're able to shop the market with, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, if not more, wholesale lenders at one swipe, versus a retail lender's primarily only going to look at their own internal rate sheet. And if the consumer doesn't like that rate, then, it's pretty much is what it is. Or if a consumer doesn't fit within their sandbox of guidelines, then they either get adverse action, declined, or they try to sell them into another mortgage program like FHA or conventional. But with a mortgage broker, they have more variety to shop the market, to find the right investor to meet the credit profile of the consumer, and to shop the market to find the lowest rate, because the market changes. One day, one of my wholesale lenders that led yesterday being the best rate, they may be the second best in rate tomorrow, right? Mm-hmm. Someone else may be leading the pack that day. Interest rate market is similar to the stock market. Cost of rates fluctuate, right? And the market changes multiple times a day. So it's great to have a mortgage broker looking out for your best interest, to shop the market for you, to make sure that you're being taken care of the way you deserve.
Right. And, the rates change multiple times a day, like you mentioned, with the stock market. So it is nice to have, like, again, your own little personal shopper, and they're doing all that for you. This is who you should go with. This is a solid rate.
Yeah. For example, my company, we're a licensed lender in Georgia. That's what our license is. But we operate solely as a mortgage broker, because that's in the best interest of the consumers that we're set up to serve. And that's my fellow military community. Right. So we will always stay that way. We will never convert Valley Home Mortgage to be a direct retail lender.
Right. Which is awesome. Okay. So does one have more loan options than the other?
Yes. And in most cases, yes. The answer to that is yes, because the mortgage broker has access to, 5, 10, 20, 100, wholesale lenders with different programs, non-QM, QM, and a retail lender primarily sells their internal programs and their internal rate sheet, right? So, their focus is not, selling that loan on the broker channel, on the wholesale side. They want to be retail. Right. That's their purpose of being in business. So in hindsight, yes, a mortgage broker, does have access to more loan programs than a retail lender.
Yeah. And it sounds like, the retail lenders are just kind of banking on people not to know the difference between a lender and a broker.
That's right. I mean, I run across this a lot, even with real estate agents, that don't understand the difference between a mortgage broker and a retail lender. A lot of them think that because they're a loan officer, that loan officers are all the same, and we're really not. You got to dive into what makes a mortgage broker different than a retail lender. Because if there was no differences, then there wouldn't be anything called mortgage broker and retail lender. We would be one and the same.
And so we kind of touched on it a little bit, but it's important, especially for our military home buyers, to know this difference, because one is a personal shopper, one has better rates, one has less closing costs, one's looking out for you, and that is the mortgage broker.
Correct.
The other, as the lender, is going to have higher fees. I think you said $13,000. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's over $13,432. That was in 2023. I believe it's up now.
Probably got to be higher.
I believe it's up now. I did a post on the company Facebook page.
Yeah.
And I think it's over 15,000 now.
Yeah. And families already pay a lot in closing costs. So if you can save that per loan, that's pretty.
I mean, I tell clients all the time, go to our Google page, read all of our 100+ 5-star reviews from military clients we serve, because they all tell the story. They tell the story with the retail lender they were working with, and then they found us through one of our realtor partners like you,
Mhm.
that's a mill spouse that really cares,
Yes.
and or they found us, by another military client recommended us in a mill spouse group, or just searching in Google. And then they came to us, and we showed them how much money they can save by switching from retail to a mortgage broker
Yeah.
to get wholesale pricing.
Yeah. Well, awesome, awesome. Thanks for coming on today. I always love when we can touch base and help educate our community. I'm going to put Jonathan's contact info in the comments in case you are looking for a mortgage broker or have any follow-up questions. He always takes time for clients to answer those. And then next week, we're going to be talking about closing costs in general. What are they? Who pays them? What's the average? And really diving into that. So thanks again, Jonathan, for coming on today.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to leave with one thing. Every military buyer that's listening to this video, the biggest takeaway from this is to always get a second opinion with your financing. If you're dealing with a retail lender or a bank, always get a second opinion with a mortgage broker, because you'd be shocked how much savings that could potentially be there that you're leaving on the table.
Right.
But thank you again, Jenna. It's always awesome to chat with you and share great information with our military community.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
Yep. Have a good day.
Bye. You too.
Bye-bye.